Hi, my name is Larissa. I'm a narrative designer at Evolution Games, and I'm going to present the pitch for the game A Child's Nightmare. The objective of the game is to pass through the obstacles and defeat the monsters that torment the girl in her dreams. Thus, the player must click the screen repeatedly to avoid these obstacles and collect improvements. The narrative introduces the player to Liz, a charming little girl who loves books and is afraid of the dark. Since the character was little, her mother used it to read her books about Brazilian legends until she was old enough to read by herself. So, before going to bed, Liz reads these stories to comfort her in a world of nightmares, in which she uses elements inspired by these Brazilian legends to face her enemies. Among the legends used as reference are Yara, Saci, and Negrinho do Pastoreio. As Yara is considered the mother of the water, Liz throws water bubbles at the monsters while dodging obstacles in dark scenarios. Remember the cleverness of Saci, and her red outfit is also a reference to the character. The legend of Negrinho do Pastoreio is related to the candles scattered throughout the world of nightmares, because in the southern region of the country, it's believed that if an object is lost, it can help to find it if the person lights a candle. Since the game takes place in a dark setting, light is the biggest ally, so the candles increase the illumination, improving the player's visibility, as well as casting a ray of light on enemies. We also use Guaraná, which gives the character attack speed and a shield, blocking damage from obstacles or enemies, since the legend of the fruit states that it should give people energy. Regarding the development of the game, we planned to launch 15 phases, with every 3 phases containing a different theme. So there would be 3 levels without a specific theme, 3 levels of Yara, 3 levels of Saci, 3 of Curupira, and 3 of Cuca. Today we have 6 levels, including the Yara levels. We plan to put in an energy system which consists of limiting gameplay time, creating a need for the player to return to the game more often, as occurs in many games, including Candy Crush. As for new features, we will create a skill tree that will strengthen specific attributes of the character and extend for accumulated points that can be acquired by playing the stages. We will also plan to put in an achievement system which will be unlocked as the player completes the required missions, and by fulfilling the achievements, points can be earned to use in the skill tree. For the investment, we set the amount at 112,320. We arrived at this figure based on the salaries of the team for the calculated development time of the project, with 20% of the investment going to marketing. For the production of the game, it will take 12 months allocating our team to the project, and another 6 months for porting to Switch. The mobile version is planned to be released in Q1 2024, and for Switch in Q3 2024. With this initial plan, the game has 4 hours of gameplay. The rate is free, and the target audience are games who enjoy casual, hyper-casual games, as well as gamers in Brazil who appreciate folk culture and are looking for more detailed stories than is common in casual games. The game will be freemium, and monetization will be done through ads, which the player must watch to gain more energy, and in-app purchase to get more energy points and skins. What we have planned for market is an event with top game YouTubers to try out the game, and limited rewards for those who log into the game at a specific time during the launch. We will focus on regression testing, usability, performance, and localization. By incorporating these testing technicals, we ensured a more stable, functional, and enjoyable game experience for our players. The game has simple mechanics and gameplay in a platform style reminiscent of games like Flappy Bird and Jetpack Joyride. Mix its characters with shot-'em-up style like Contra and Gradius, which consists of a subgenre in which the player engages in a solitary onslaught, shooting various enemies while avoiding their attacks. Some other examples of games similar to ours are Skyrocket and Space Shooter. Regarding revenue, we elaborate 3 different scenarios: the pessimist, the moderate, and the optimist. We saw that the game Spartan Runner contained approximately 1 million downloads. Based on this number, we estimate that 3% of users made in-app purchase. Considering a pessimistic scenario, we take the lowest value items valued at $2 at the current price and multiply it by 3% value that corresponds to the number of users who made purchase of that item. Then, divided it by the number of months equivalent to 5 years, we conclude that the final revenue would reach $1,000 per month. In the case of the moderate scenario, considering the same 3% of users buying items worth $10 at the current price, the final revenue in the same 5 years could reach $5,000 per month. Finally, in the optimistic scenario, 3% of users buying items worth $21 at the current price, the final revenue over the 5 years would reach $10,500 per month. Based on the moderate scenario, we will need approximately 8.5 months to break even. After analysis, we have concluded that going through a publish is the best way to achieve our goal, as we need finance, QA, marketing, portability, and localization. Our team consists of a narrative designer, 2 game designers, in which one of them also acts as the producer of the project, a game developer, and 2 2D artists. We started our journey in 2019. Our first game jam was in 2020, and since then we have been participating in projects with the goal of gaining more and more knowledge and experience in the field of the game production. Finally, I would like to thank you for the opportunity, and we are available to answer any questions, critiques, and suggestions.